everyone, thanks for tuning in. We're going to review two of our fastest, most cushioned super shoes on the market, the Hoka Carbon X and Rocket X. So the Carbon X we've had in store for a couple of seasons now. We've just introduced the Rocket X, which has been going really well. So we wanted to differentiate the two just to help everyone understand why they might choose one over the other, and what are some of the benefits associated with these shoes. So continuing with the Hoka theme, firstly, that there's a lot of shoe, but it's very lightweight and it's very responsive. And this is where it starts to differentiate from some of the more volume-based training models that you might have, such as a Bondi or a Clifton, and even some of the lightweight trainers they've had in the past, such as the Rincon or the Mac. So we'll start with the Carbon X. Basically what we have is the three pillars of running economy. So there's a lot of cushioning. So cushioning is associated with lowering your energy costs because the cushioning is returning a bit of the energy that you're putting into the ground. But that cushioning has a very low weight. So we're looking at about 230 grams for the male, which for the amount of shoe is really, really light. And the other effect is basically what we call the meta rocker underneath the shoe. So if you have a look at the geometry of the shoe, there's a distinct curve up at the heel and the toe, and this basically means we can't really flex the shoe. What's going to help, particularly under fatigue, is when you hit the ground, the shoe's going to want to get off the ground really quickly. So if you are planning on doing a longer distance race where you feel like your muscles or your chassis are going to be the limiting factor, so for people maybe stretching to a half marathon for the first time, or they're building up to a marathon, or potentially you're running off the bike in a long course triathlon, the shoe's just going to keep on giving when you get tired. So you're getting all the benefits of a light shoe, but we're not going to really collapse into the shoe. It's going to help you move forward as you do get tired. So really sort of consider it if you like that light responsive feel of a lightweight trainer, but you're finding your legs, the calves, the feet are getting a little bit tired towards the end of the run. Now, if you do want to go a little bit more faster, a little bit more aggressive, this is where the Rocket X comes in. So again, if you start to look at it, we've still got that little bit of a rocker shape, but it's not quite as aggressive as the Carbon X, which means we do want to be moving well when we're in the shoe. So the benefit is it's a bit lighter. It's about 20 grams lighter, down at about 210 grams, which again, for the amount of shoe you're getting is pretty incredible. But the key is here, we'd want to be moving well. So if you're starting to enter a distance where you feel like your muscles and your chassis are really going to start to be fatigued, we might want to lean towards the Carbon X. However, if you're starting to feel like the distance you're running, you're really comfortable with, you want to get faster, you want to chase some PBs, and you feel like the engine or the cardiovascular system is more your limiting factor, jump into one of these bad boys and you'll feel like you're moving over the ground really well. It's very low energy cost on the end of your foot, but just that little bit less cushioning and a little bit less of a defined rocker means we don't want to get into too much fatigue. So just start to differentiate between the two based upon your personal association with the distance that you plan to race, as well as some of the other prior models that you've used. As always, if you're unsure, come in store. One factor that's really critical is the comfort that you perceive when you try on the shoes. So expect a little bit more responsiveness, a little bit more forgiveness, depending on what you like. That's a factor as well. As always, come on in, ask us any questions, and we're here to help.